Okay, Bob in Oregon. This is your Bearcat 980 SSB. Just finished all the mods and tuning it up. Let's start over here on this side. First thing I did was replace the 10.7 IO filter with a 7 kilohertz wide filter. The one that was in there was a 8 kilohertz wide. Okay, I adjusted the bias on the driver and the final. Now the driver is a bipolar transistor, so I had to adjust it by milliamps, not voltage. The final is a CMOS, or MOSFET rather, so I had to adjust it using voltage on the gate. I set it up so it should last a really long time. Okay, over here on this side, see these little tiny wires here? That's what they had the power coming in on. So what I did was upgrade that there was no filtering at all on here, no hash filters. So I upgraded it by putting 2 J.W. Miller 4 microhenry chokes on there, and the part number for those is 5230-RC. Okay, from J.W. Miller. If your radio doesn't have those, you might want to add it if you're getting alternator noise in your radio. Okay, this is a DC input buffer filter. It was a 1000. Yeah, that was at 25 volts. So it's now a 3300 microfarad at 25 volts with a higher quality capacitor. Here is the voltage regulator buffer filter. It was, I think it was a 1000 also. Come on. Yep, 1000. It's now 2200 microfarad, 25 volt. Okay, I did the Clarifier mod where your Clarifier tracks receive and transmit together, and increased it just a little bit. And then I went through it and did the tune. Before we had about, I think it was on sideband, now I'm talking about on sideband, we had like 8 watts out, 7 watts. It was 7 watts out on sideband with about 10 watts peak, 10 to 11 watts peak. Okay, and after I upgraded your power with those things and increased the DC input buffer filter and went through it and did the tune, that improved a lot, which you'll see right here shortly. Pick all this stuff up, get it out of the way. Let's do some power checks here. Okay, I've got 25 watt slugs on both RMS and peak. So we'll be reading on that top scale of both meters. Okay, and you can see the peak meters in the ×1 position. I'm on channel 38, lower sideband. Let's see, 2-tone, and injecting 1000 hertz tone. You can see now we're doing 12 watts RMS and a little bit over 20 peak. That was on sideband. Let's go to AM and switch up to channel 20. Okay, we're dead keying about 5 watts. And going to about 17, 18 watts peak. And forward to about 7 watts. No, I'm sorry. 2.5, so we're dead keying 2.5, and going forward to about 3.5. But we're doing a little over 15 watts peak. See what it does on 2-tone. Okay, 2-tone is closer to your actual voice, so that's about 17.5 there. Peak, and still about 3.5 watts RMS swinging forward. Let's go to sideband now. See what it does. See what sideband does on two-tone. A little bit over 20, about 21, 22, and about 10 watts RMS. So I think you'll be very pleased with it. Now, I can adjust the carrier up higher, but if I'm not mistaken, you told me you wanted to drive a KL203P with it. So that setting right there should be perfect. All right. Now I can, like I said, I can adjust the AM power up a little bit higher. Where are we in right now? I'm in upper side. That's AM. That's what we're dead keying. Yeah, see, I can adjust that up to 5 watts. And we get a little more RF out of it. So I think you should be good right there. If I leave it set at 5 watts dead key when you're driving the KL203, yeah, I gotta leave it set right there. That's about 4.75 watts, just a little bit below 5, and it's swinging to 20 watts peak on AM. Okay, so I think I will leave it there instead of setting it down. Now, once you watch this video, if you want me to decrease it back down to the 2.5 to 3.5 watts, like I had it initially, then just shoot me an email and I'll do that real quick. Okay? All right. Let me put the covers on it and we'll do a final shot. I waited until I did the 24-hour burn-in to do the final video, but she's all finished now and sealed up. Wanted to show you the receiver because I don't think I did that. I'm sending a signal on channel 20. Okay. That's an S9 there. And let's see, let's go to the lower side. That's an S9 there. Okay. Turn that off. Switch that off. And of course, I've already showed you the output power. We're done. Now, you see my red bench tape on here because that clear tape that they put on to protect the bezel, they put it on after the covers are mounted. So when you go to put the covers back on it, the tape gets trapped underneath the covers, so you can't peel it off. Or you can, but you wind up tearing it and have a bunch of strands and little pieces left sticking out over the bezel. So I took that off, put the covers on, and then put my red bench tape on it before I did the burn-in test. I remembered, you know, of course too late, that that's the way they did that, and so I had to correct it. But remember, take this off, don't leave it on there. All right, beautiful little radio. I mean, if you just want to do just 40 channels, just CB, then this is a great little sideband radio to work DX on channel 38 with. But that's the only place you can go is the 40 channel CBs. Oh man, there's no way. Well, there is a way to modify these, but the cost is more than what the radio is worth, so it's not practical. If you want to do something like that, then I suggest the President Grant 2, which is physically the same size, has the same face, except, well, the face layout is the same, but it's a totally different radio inside. Okay, but it's same size case, same face. Yeah, I don't have one I can show you here, but anyway, this is a great little CB radio, and that's all it is. It's CB radio. All right. Now these things respond great to an astatic red road devil wired up to them. That's a noise canceling power microphone. Boy, they sing like all get out with that microphone on them. So, do I have one here on the bench I can show you? Nope, I don't. Oh well. This is the astatic red road devil. Super microphone with this radio. But anyway, Bob, there it is, buddy. I sure hope you enjoy it. It was my pleasure to set it up for you. 7-3, everybody. Merry Christmas.